Greetings, everyone. Some few years back, a migrant from West Africa was arrested in South Africa for a traffic offense. It was then discovered during his arrest for traffic offense that he was not in the country legally. As the norm, he was then meant to be deported. But he approached the courts and said that he is in the process of applying for an Asylum document. He was then not deported because the law says if a person indicates that they are applying for an Asylum document, they should not be deported until they submit their application to the refugee center. A decision is made on the application, assuming then the decision is negative. And after the person has undergone all the appeal processes, it is then that the person can be deported. So the police have no power to arrest a migrant, put them in a truck for deportation, if the said migrant indicates that they are applying for an Asylum document. The Lawyers for Human Rights has taken up such a case in Cape Town, representing Asylum Center, because people that are applying for Asylum documents, they fear that they might be deported because they are not accessing the Asylum documents. For instance, in Gauteng, there's only one center where people process the applications. In the last few days, I've met some. I remember I was talking to a lady from Burundi. We met in Pretoria. She was coming from Desmond Refugee Center. She told me that she had arrived at the refugee center at 6 a.m. We met late in the afternoon at about 5 p.m. in Pretoria. And she said she had not been processed. And she was going to go the following week. Because the refugee center opens from Monday to Friday. And the people are given days. And there are just too many people that are there. And it cannot be possible to process everyone in a day. For instance, people from the SADC region, they go on a Tuesday. And they cannot all of them be processed on a Tuesday. And then this means that those that are renewing Asylum documents or applying for the first time might have challenges placing them in the risk of being deported on the basis that they are not in the country legally. But as I'm referring to the person who had spent 10 years in South Africa without any documents, when he indicated that he was in the process of applying for an Asylum document, the authorities were told not to deport him until his application had gone through all the processes, as I've said, the appeal and so forth, in the event that he would have his application have been declined. So the Lawyers for Human Rights then is going to High Court in Cape Town on the 27th of August. They are receiving also complaints of people that are either detained at Lindela Repatriation Center, ready for deportation. According to what the statement here in article says, I quote, according to leaders of immigrant communities in Diepsloot, they are aware of at least 15 people currently held at the Lindela Repatriation Center due to their inability to apply for asylum documents. Lawyers for Human Rights representing the Scalabrine Center is taking this issue to the High Court next month. An Ethiopian man who has been living and working in Diepsloot, Gauteng, for nearly 4 years says he fears being arrested each time he walks out of his home. This is because he has been struggling for years to get legal asylum documents. And they also speak about other people that are having difficulty in getting asylum documents. What the department needs to do, we know that there are budget constraints. It is not feasible to deal with the people that are coming forward to apply for asylum documents, people running from war-torn countries to be processed in Desmond Refugee Center only. You know, some years back there was a refugee center, Rosettenville, Crown Mines, west of Johannesburg, in Braamfontein. So we think that those centers should be opened so that you are able to attend to the people that are applying for an asylum. Remember, a person applies for an asylum because they are being persecuted from their country of origin. Once one is given that Section 22 document, the authorities will investigate the claim that has been made by the applicant, whether that claim is genuine or not. We have said in the previous videos that we need to separate those that are persecuted and those that are economic migrants. But any person that indicates that they are applying for an asylum document should not be deported. This is why lawyers for human rights are going to court. Because if I'm caught in the streets, if I'm not legal in the country, I'm caught in the streets, and I inform those that are arresting me that I'm in the process of applying for an asylum document, I should not be deported. This is what happened to this migrant from West Africa who had spent 10 years in South Africa, arrested for a traffic offense. So it's important that in our view, more centers should be opened to cater for the high volumes of people so that it becomes easy to process those that are making the claim, and also process the applications that they would have submitted. Just like as the Minister of Home Affairs, Dr. Leon Striper, now is processing the waivers for ZTP holders and also other permits. There's a new system which is now faster. We need that also to apply in the refugee center so that if a person applies for an asylum, because they will have put it in writing why they need an asylum, we think that they should process such so that those that qualify to be granted refugee status, they should be. Those that want to renew, it should not be difficult to renew, because some people are then having problems with their financial institutions. Their bank accounts are being closed because the asylum document will have expired when they go, like the lady from Burundi that I met in Pretoria last week. She couldn't to renew. She has an asylum. It has expired because of the queues. She could not renew and has to wait for next Thursday. I think they go on next Wednesday, because I think they go on a Wednesday to renew. So this is why I was saying there should be many centers to cater for people that are applying for asylum documents. If you are applying for asylum documents and you are facing challenges, please write in the comment section so that we understand what you are experiencing and assist where possible. Please like this video, subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you're on TikTok, please do follow us. Otherwise, goodbye.